Hello and welcome to Middle-Aged Geek Girl. I'm Sally. Today I have my completed colouring book pages for January through to the end of March. Now I haven't shown anything I've done for the year towards my colouring or my hashtag event because I started off pretty bad, lost all interest in pretty much all of it in February, but did get my mojo back in March. Now, as for other projects, I have been showing them on the channel separately, and it's mainly been Loz brick building, which I have shown in other videos, so check those videos out as well. And one roll-off miniature room, which there will be more coming in that series as well. The top book here, which of course is Cats and Cat Cafes by Christine Briggs, and it is definitely related to my year-long hashtag event, which of course is Spooky Japan Cats _month, and this month of course it's April. So let's see what I did in this book way back in January. So there's this page here that I completed with alcohol markers, and I was really quite happy with this page. The year started off quite good. I was, as I said, quite happy. I thought we're going to get there really well, and we're starting off with a bit more of a challenging page. It can only get better from there. How wrong I was, how wrong indeed. But yeah. To start with, I was really happy with this page. And then it started to go downhill from there. Now, I just wanted to check, there is only 2 from this book. What happened, I don't know if you can see it through. Oh yeah, you can see it through. There is a shaggy cat here, and I started to colour it with water-based markers, and I thought, that's okay, I'll try making it as rough as I can to give it a fur pattern. Use some alcohol marker blender on it to see if that would do something around the furry pattern look, and it just turned out horrible. Absolutely horrible. So I do have a bunch of origami papers, and I have a bunch that are cat themed, so I found a pretty cat themed one and I chucked it on the page, covering the really poor attempt I made at colouring the cat, and did the floral arrangement down here in the watercolor markers, or the water-based markers I should say, I was using. So yeah, started off strong in this book for the month, did really terrible on this page, and I think some of the other ones for January were okay, but the last page I'll show for what I did in January is where I just stopped colouring, and why I gave myself a month off because I was so upset with it. But you know, this one was saved by, thankfully, some origami paper. Again, I was sticking to the cat theme, and it's Tiny Cats by Coco Wyo, and I did 3 in here, and trying to remember back to January, I think I was, you know, okay with these ones. They weren't anything special, but they're not anything terrible either. So there's this one. I just added some dots with dot markers in the background so it wasn't as stark white. Quite happy with the results on this page. This is the second one I did, and I got out my Kuretake Gem Colors watercolor paints because I don't use watercolor paints enough, and I did the background with them, as you can tell, and the cats themselves I colored with alcohol markers. The gold is nice. It does have a nice sheen to it, but yeah, I went way over the lines, and this isn't watercolor paper, so I don't think the other gem colors stand out as well. Maybe the red one does, but I think the purple and the blue's not so much. So yeah, I wasn't too happy with this one either, but at least I was using different mediums and experimenting, and this wasn't the one that tipped me over the edge to stop for a month either. it will be coming up. Not in this book. And this is the third one I did, which I used alcohol markers and some jelly roll pens. And this one's okay too. I tried to use the pastel markers to give the pushy cats in the gacha machine some beautiful rainbow colour to it. So yeah, not too bad. This book, you know, it's standard for me. I wasn't too upset with what I had completed in this book. Neko Girls by Coco Wyo again. I did 2 in this book, and I used alcohol markers, and I think for the gold bit I used a metallic marker or a metallic paint pen, and it gives it a bit of shine for the moon and the stars. And you know, okay, this one turned out okay. I'm not unhappy with this one at all. I think it looks nice and colourful. Pretty happy with it overall. And the second one I did was this one. Also alcohol markers. Again, okay, happy with this one. Nothing stands out as extraordinary. Nothing is so bad that it upset me. I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, happy with those ones as well. So that was, I think, I'm just having a look at the pile here because I might have used one of the books again in January and in March, but I'll show that in the March ones. This is the book that I coloured in a page and I hated it so much. I ran off in tears. Well, okay, that's a bit dramatic. I didn't run off in tears, but I was really down on myself. But it was just, I thought, that's it, stuff it, I'm not colouring again. And I didn't colour for the rest of January and all of February. And I mean, I was in 2 minds whether or not to show it, but you've got to show your mistakes. And it's this page here, and yeah, it's just horrible. I hate it. Hate every part of it. I got an alcohol marker set from Ohuhu, which is skin tones. So I thought, I can't keep colouring everything in pasty white like I am. I'm extremely pasty white. I thought I've got to, you know, give some better skin tones to characters, and I think I picked the wrong skin tone for the drawing. It's just horrible. I hate the way it looks. I was just so unhappy with this one that, as I said, I stopped for the rest of January and all of February. It really upset me that much. So after my hiatus and moving over to doing some brick building and miniature room building, which I will be continuing on the channel, by the way, because I do have a lot of kits I want to get through. I started fresh eyes and started working on some of the books I want to finish for this year. So this is the Far Out Space Adventure, and I got 3 done in here. Remembering this is designed that you use alcohol markers so that the image appears on the back as well. So there's this one. I muffed up a bit, I think, with doing some of the lines here with a really new and extremely juicy alcohol marker. But that is what it looks like on the back. This one I went for a more moody greys. It was my Ohuhu marker grey set, but I used the blue greys only. I thought bring a theme in like I did when I coloured in the Christmas ones. And I must say I really like this. I think it looks so moody and so cool. And that's it on the back, trying to hide this one so you can't see it yet. And I continued that theme with this one, and I used the green greys, and again I love the look of it. I think it comes out really beautiful. Now in the grey set I think I've still got red greys and yellow greys, so I may even do those next, but I actually love the way the greys work with this, given that on the back, as you can see, some of it is already blacked out. Sort of show you on one I haven't coloured, so as you can see, parts of it are already blacked out. So yeah, I really love the way the grey ones come out in this one. So quite happy with that. So that was a good start to my March, thinking, okay, we might have got our mojo back a little bit. But because I wasn't 100% convinced yet, I went and did some, this is another book I want to finish this year. So I did 4 from this book, which is a color by number book, but it's Rug Hooking by Irina Sinichkina. And again, apologies if I have butchered your name, but it's from Sun Life Drawing, have published it. And I like this one as a color by number because it's not standard sort of geometric shapes. It's done from rug hooking images, so the lines are everywhere, and yeah, it's a bit more interesting than a standard color by number in my opinion. And it does take a little bit longer to color because of that as well. So as I said, I did 4. This is a piece of hers called It's Too Much Water from 2019. And it also had a little bunny in it, so perfect for Easter as well. There was this one, My House is Going into Space in 2018. And again, love it. This one, sometimes it's a bit hard to read what the piece is called because when your alcohol markers bleed through, but it looks like it's One Woman Taught the Athenian Language Sitting on the Roof, 2019. I think that's what it says. It's just a bit hard to read. But again, you can see this is a good example to show you. The lines go all over the place. They flow more, they're more natural. And it makes the colouring a bit more exciting, I find, which is why I really like doing this book. And like all of these books, colour by number, the problem being that you will get bleed through when you use alcohol markers, so sometimes it can get a bit hard to see the colours. But thank goodness with Sun Life Drawing ones, the colours stay the same per the number, so if you really get lost here, you can always check the back for your chart. And the 4th one, I loved this one. This is, of course, the front image as well. And here's a good example of this is how the image looks when they've used the colours as what they call them. And using the same colours, but by my palette, what I've chosen, it comes through different. Mine, to me, pops a bit more than the ones there, and I'm happy with that. I love this piece. It's gorgeous. I think it says my 2018, and obviously it was made in 2018. But absolutely love this piece. So bright, so colourful, so awesome. So you will be seeing a bit more of this book because, as I said, this is another one I want to finish by the end of the year. So having done those 2 books, I felt I could step away a bit from the colour by number and move to a normal colouring book. And I got 3 done here from Pastel Goth. I think this one is also on my list of books I want to finish by the end of the year. I'm pretty sure it is. But I found some Easter themed ones because March was Easter and April was also a bit of Easter. So this one here was coloured with Tombow dual brush pens. I have a pastel set that I used, and I don't use my Tombow ones because they're a bit more pricey, so they're that sort of art supply I keep to the side and go, oh, I'll use it when I feel a bit more confident. But I thought, stuff it, just use it, you've got it. You might as well use them. And you know, being water-based markers, they do streak a little bit, but I still like it. I think they still look really good. Now, I have watched Doodle Robot do some amazing thing with water-based markers where she can get them coming out looking streak-free and perfect like alcohol markers. I try. I'm not getting there yet. Well, I only did them one way, and when I started to go over them again to try and smooth it out, started eating at the paper a little bit. So I was probably doing it when they were still a bit too wet. So Doodle, if you do happen to watch this, let me know in the comments. Is it because it was still a bit too wet when I was trying to do a second layer to smooth it out? So I was quite happy with that one. Then we had another bunny one for Easter. This one I used alcohol markers, glitter gel pens, and the Tombow dual brush markers again, and I had a second set. The first set was the pastel set. The second set I think is like this vibrant colours or vivid. I can't think what the set's called. Could be vivid, and it's definitely these really bright colours, so those colours there in the rainbow and the clouds and the colour on the heart and the bunny's cloak, and the rest of it was like pastel alcohol markers and glitter pen. I tried to do the stars with some glitter pen. I don't know if that's coming through. It is a bit of an overcast day. Those stars with glitter pen, and for the eyeballs I just put some veins in with some red sparkly glitter pen and some veins in the wings as well with some grey glitter pen. So really happy with this one. I think it looks really cool. And here is another bunny one. So I did all bunny ones from here, which was very convenient for Easter. Now this one is very Easter themed because it's obviously got eggs in the background as well. And again, this was alcohol markers and glitter gel pens. And again, I did red sparkly veins in the eyeball and membrane in the wings, and just some sparkly gel pen. I don't know if it's coming through. You never know till you edit. I hope it's coming through a bit on the Easter egg pattern, the pattern behind the gravestones, and a bit on the bunny. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one too. So way happier with my March completed pieces than my January. All right, so the next book is this horoscope by Sarah Payne. Now this one I did do some pages in January and some pages in March. So here are the ones I did in January. Yeah, January. This is Sagittarius. I added the grassy bit there, and I think I just bushed out the tail a bit more. That was the only thing I added to the actual image, and tried to do a little bit more than just one colour. I tried to do a little bit of shading on the back legs and stuff like that. Sort of worked. I love these horoscope ones. They're so creepy. They're awesome. And this one I think I did in January as well. Yes, I did. And it is Capricorn. And yeah, just alcohol markers on this one as well. I didn't do anything on the background. I just kept it white. I do sometimes I add a bit to the background. Sometimes I don't. It depends how I feel. And then I moved to March. So this is Aquarius, and I added the bubbles. Now I'm just trying to think. There might have been a couple of bubbles. I honestly can't remember. There may have been some bubbles on the page already, and I just added more to fill up some of the white space. But it is done with alcohol marker and also some glitter gel pens to hopefully get the sparkly bits on the bubbles and also the fish scales. And the last one I did was Pisces, and alcohol markers and some silver. Well, yeah, I think that silver's coming through quite nice. I liked the purple and the silver on this one, and I gave them fleshy coloured arms and heads just to make it a bit more creepy. But I didn't do really anything in the background on this one either. I sort of liked it as it was. There are two from this book, which takes it to, if I've counted correctly, 14 I did in March. So that's okay. I definitely got my mojo back. So there's this page here. Now this one I used water-based markers to colour in the grapes. Now I used the Tombow sets. Yep, to colour in the grapes and the leaves, and the background I did with a glitter gel pen, a beautiful blue glitter gel pen. I bought like a cheap set of 80 from Amazon a while ago, and I'm only just cracking them out now and starting to use like I said, I'm starting to use these things I haven't used for ages because I've got to use them. Why have them if I don't use them? So I was really quite happy with that page. It took a fair bit. I think it took me 2 days to colour it because gel pen obviously takes a little bit of time. You think it would have been quick, but no, it took a little bit of time to colour that, and I actually really love this page. I think it looks awesome. So yeah, really happy with it. And last but not least was this one, which again was a bunny, and I used the same 80 pack of glitter gel pens just to colour in the bunny. So hopefully there's some glittery bits that you can see. And for this one I used the greens for the leaves and then just went with oranges and blues for the rabbit itself. So I pulled out all the orange and blue toned glitter pens and yeah, did that. This one took a couple of days as well because it was so intricate. But again, happy with this one. So this was the last page from me of all of my colouring pages from, well, basically from the beginning of the year up until the end of March this year. Let me know what you thought of my pages down below in the comments. I love to hear from you and I always respond. And if you can't think of anything to say, just leave an emoji. That's engagement. I like engagement. YouTube like engagement. And I will respond in kind. Yeah, it was a very mixed month, well, very mixed quarter, I guess you could say, for me in that sense, where I hit that one page that I hated so much. I stopped colouring for about 6 weeks. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed what you saw. And on that note, if you have enjoyed what you have seen and if you've also watched a few of my videos and haven't done so already, please subscribe. That always helps out the channel. It helps with the algorithm and it helps other people find my channel. I do a little bit of everything on my channel, so it's a bit harder for YouTube to sort of recommend it to one particular group of people. So the more you like it, the more you subscribe and the more you let your friends know about the channel, it will all help with my growth and I will appreciate that immensely. But if you are already subscribed and you'd like to help my channel out a bit further, I do have a Ko-fi and a Patreon account set up. The details are up here on screen. But I think that will do it for this video. So thank you again to everybody for watching. Stay tuned for your submissions to spookyjapancats_March. Remember, April's is up and running, so also participate in that one. And until next time, please stay safe, stay weird, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.